Hello and welcome to Phoenix. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We appreciate you taking the time to learn about Phoenix and all that we have to offer. My name is George Herrera, and I'm the tourism manager here at Visit Phoenix, and your contact for all things tourism related here in the greater Phoenix area. We have a fantastic panel of industry partners representing multiple aspects of the industry, including some hotels, resorts, attractions, and experiences. We hope to not only inspire you to visit and explore the Sonoran Desert, but also learn something that perhaps you didn't know about Phoenix. So we are certainly very excited to have you here today. We're gonna wait a couple of minutes to let any last minute people join in and be a part of the webinars today. So in the meantime, take a minute to familiarize yourself with the platform. We do have a chat feature turned on. Please do note that you are on mute, so we are unable to hear you, but we'd love to interact with you with the chat box. So take a minute to send us a hello through the chat box and let us know where you're from, what part of California you're tuning in from. We'll always look forward to seeing where our friends are visiting us from. So we'll take a couple of minutes and we will officially begin momentarily. Again, thank you for joining us this afternoon. I am joined by multiple partners here of the tourism industry here in Phoenix. And so today we have Jill Tursky with the Crown Plaza Phoenix Chandler Golf Resort. We have Rochelle Vroom with Mountain Shadows. We have Aaron Stewart from the Fairmont Scottsdale Princess. We have Ryan Thomas from the Residence Inn and Courtyard Phoenix Downtown. And we have Ida Jones from the Musical Instrument Museum. We have Kyle Hagberg from Detours American West. And we have Andrew Parker of REI Co-op Adventure and Centers of Arizona. We will have time for Q&A after our presentation, and we'll also have a chance to win great prizes that our partners have submitted. So be sure to listen to the presentation as some of the questions that will be asked will be answered throughout the presentation. We will also have some poll questions throughout the webinar, so please be sure to hit escape on your keyboard to access the poll question and to exit as well. We also invite you to know that we have a post-webinar survey that will be going out to all of the attendees, as well as a recording of today's session. So we certainly do appreciate your feedback and letting us know what you've learned and how the presentation was helpful to you. So without further ado, why don't we go ahead and begin? So partners, let's go ahead and turn our cameras off, and I will begin the presentation. Fantastic. So let's begin your adventure in the Phoenix area. Now, since COVID-19 hit the United States, many changes have hit our industry. I want to assure that our destination, along with our industry partners, the safety of our community and visitors remains top priority. Governor Ducey of Arizona has been given the authority to individual counties throughout the state to issue safety mandates and protocols. At the local level here in Maricopa County, a mask is required while we are out in public. Additionally, while the restrictions that were issued to close some of these tourism businesses have been lifted, some remain temporarily closed. We ask to please contact us directly to get an idea of what businesses have opened and any information related to the closure of those businesses and scheduled reopening dates. Let's go on to the next slide, please. Fantastic. Welcome to Phoenix and the cosmopolitan heart of the Southwest. Phoenix is famous for its weather and welcomes millions of visitors annually. Today's presentation is meant to educate and tell Phoenix's history to help inspire you and share fun facts with your customers. Now, Arizona is known as State 48 since it joined the Union in February 14, 1912, also known as Arizona's birthday, a very special day there in February for us. We're also home of one of the natural seven wonders of the world, the Grand Canyon. And despite what those not familiar with the area may think, the Grand Canyon is actually all in Arizona. I know many travelers do that traditional Las Vegas Grand Canyon tour, and that may create some confusion as to where exactly is the Grand Canyon. But I'm here to set those rumors aside and let you know that the Grand Canyon is, in fact, in the state of Arizona. Now, a little bit of history. Phoenix was discovered by the Hohokam people in 700 AD. The Hohokam constructed one of the largest and most sophisticated irrigation networks ever created using pre-industrial technology. Now, these are two canals that run 135 miles that run through the greater Phoenix area. And these canals allowed the cultivation of crops in desert climate. The Hohokams later abandoned the area, and their departure thought to be caused by floods or droughts between 1300 and 1450 AD. Now, the state of Arizona is also known for five C's. Those are cotton, cattle, citrus, climate, and copper. So cotton was one of the drivers, and so these were some of the primary drivers of Arizona Phoenix's economy up until World War II. Today, tourism is the number one economic driver in the state. Next slide, please. Fantastic. Phoenix is currently the fifth largest city in the United States with a population of about 1.6 million residents. We're the only capital in the United States with a population of more than 1 million people. The Phoenix metropolitan area, also referred to as Greater Phoenix, is home to approximately 4.95 million people. Now, this all takes place in the Great Sonoran Desert, which is a North American desert that covers large parts of the southwestern United States, including Arizona, Southern California, and the northwestern tip of Mexico down to Baja California. Now, pictured here, you have a beautiful picture of our natural landscape, and featured here we have the saguaro cactus. It is one of the identifying plants of the Sonoran Desert. It only grows here in the Sonoran Desert, so if you're ever watching a movie with cowboys and they have saguaro cactus in the background and they say it takes place in Texas, while the movie itself may be featured in Texas, please know that it was likely filmed in the Sonoran Desert. Now, these magical plants grow up to 40 feet high and live up to 150 to 200 years and can grow up to 25 arms. Now, the saguaro cactus is also protected, and cutting it down without a permit is punishable by jail time. So, even if it's on your own property, so we definitely take the care of these plants seriously. On to the next slide, please. Great. Let's go off to downtown Phoenix. In downtown Phoenix, you'll find nearly 200 dining options. It is also home to two sport arenas, home of the Phoenix Suns, the Phoenix Mercury for basketball, and we have the Arizona Diamondbacks for baseball. You'll also find rooftop lounges that will give you the signature and magnificent views of the surrounding mountain preserves, nightlives, and museums that complete the area. Now, in downtown Phoenix, we do have our Arts District, which is known as Roosevelt Row. Now, before pre-pandemic, we had one of the nation's largest self-guided art walking tour known as Local First Friday. This took place every first Friday in the Arts District here in downtown Phoenix that welcomed thousands of people to experience local art, music, with over 70 galleries and bars opening up their doors to the public. Now, with COVID and the restrictions on large gatherings in the Phoenix area, it has gone virtual and hopes to bring it back when the time is right. Now, one of the things we always like to encourage our visitors to do is to go local by eating and drinking locally sourced food and drinks. A fun little fact here, Arizona is home to nearly 100 wineries in the state. The soil in the southern part of the state lends itself for for vineyards, and so you'll find many of these wines at local tasting rooms throughout the state, as well as some of the restaurants. So now that we have that covered, next slide, please. We are going to move on to where to stay. So we are going to go with Jill. Jill, take it over.
Thank you, George. Good afternoon, everyone. The Crowne Plaza Phoenix Chandler Golf Resort is located in Chandler, Arizona, which is 18 miles south of Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. The resort was built in 1912 by Dr. A.J. Chandler, and then the town was developed and named after him the same year. The main building is listed on the Historic Registry of Hotels. It's easy to social distance with 249 guest rooms with outdoor access. The guest rooms are over 400 square feet and feature either a balcony or a patio. You can sit outside and enjoy the views along with your morning coffee. On site, we have AJ's Restaurant serving breakfast and 1912 Lounge serving lunch and dinner with happy hour and daily specials. There is a resort-style swimming pool with a large deck area and cabanas. We also feature an 18-hole golf course. Via Salon featuring Aveda products, and Hertz Rent-A-Car is on property. We are in the heart of historic downtown Chandler and within walking distance to over 30 restaurants and shops, which include craft breweries and Flick's Brewhouse. Chandler offers an array of special events as well as a weekly farmers market right outside our doorstep. Our parent company is IHG, and we are following IHG's Way of Clean, which was implemented 2 months ago, as well as offering IHG reward points for all stays. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to working with you in the future.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jill. Some great history there at the Crowne Plaza in Chandler. So thank you for joining us today. Now we are going to move on to our next partner, and we have Rochelle Vroom from Mountain Shadows. Rochelle, take it over.
Thanks, George. So Mountain Shadows is a new build boutique resort that opened in 2017 and sits at the base of iconic Camelback Mountain in Paradise Valley. Mountain Shadows is just 20 minutes from Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport and just 10 minutes to Old Town Scottsdale, where you find some great nightlife and dining options. The resort includes 218 rooms and suites, and 40 of those suites are residential suites. Our residential suites include full kitchens, living rooms, and separate bedrooms. We include studio 1, 2, and 3 bedroom options. On property, the short course golf course includes 18 holes of par 3 golf. It's fast, it's a lot of fun, it's quite challenging and very inexpensive. Daily fitness classes include boot camp, paddleboard yoga, aerial yoga, spin classes, and many other fun and creative fitness options. All of that's included in your guest stay, so make sure to outline that when you talk about the property. Next slide, please. Mountain Shadows has recently been included in the Signature Travel Network. We're also in the American Express Travel Program, Travel Leaders Select, Frosh, and we are a member of Preferred Hotels and Resorts. We have a great upcoming promotion that you may want to take advantage of. It's called the Slip into Fall package, and it's the perfect way to enjoy Mountain Shadows. It includes a bottle of wine upon arrival, a $50 resort credit so they can try any of our restaurants, and 25% off discount on any cabana rentals, as well as golf tee times. So look for that package on our website or in the GDS. You can also call our reservations department or reach out to me directly to book.
Fantastic. Mountain Shadows has spectacular views of iconic Camelback Mountain. So thank you for joining us today, Rochelle.
Thanks, George.
Let's take it on over to Erin Stewart. Erin, take it over.
Thanks, George. Good afternoon, everyone, and greetings from North Scottsdale. The Fairmont Scottsdale Princess is the longest running AAA 5-diamond resort in Arizona. We're coming up on 30 years next year. We are an Accor All Safe certified hotel, so we've gone to great lengths to ensure the safety of our guests and colleagues alike as we've remained open through the pandemic. With over 750 rooms on 65 acres, we are a playcation destination all on our own with 4 signature restaurants, collaboration from celebrity chefs like Michael Mina and Richard Sandoval. We offer 6 sparkling pools for our guests to enjoy, a 44,000 square foot well and being spa, and we are the home of the Waste Management Phoenix Open, as we are located right at TPC Scottsdale. Our golf shuttle goes to 4 local courses for guests to enjoy golf in the area. I'm thrilled to share, coming up next Thursday, we're gonna introduce our newest legacy event, Pumpkin Nights, starting September 17th. Every Thursday through Sunday through Halloween, we'll be featuring lots of additional activities on property, all outside, all physically distant, a hay maze for the little ones, festival rides, fall flavors, a brew house at the Plaza Bar, and a spookeasy ghost kitchen. You won't want to miss it. Next slide, please. We've got 3 amazing offers for guests to enjoy through the end of the year. Our Stay Close, buy one night, get the second night free promotion. Click there to book. The Play More, Stay More golf promotion. When you buy one night, a room night and a round of golf, you get the second room night and round of golf free. And our Grand Getaway for guests looking to spend a little bit longer in the Valley of the Sun. 7 days in a casita suite with VIP perks starting at only $1,000. I look forward to working with you, and we look forward to welcoming your clients at the Princess.
Wonderful. Sounds like this Pumpkin Nights is going to be fantastic. Thank you for joining us today, Aaron. Next slide, please. We have Ryan joining us today from the Residence Inn Courtyard Marriott by Marriott in Phoenix downtown. Ryan, take it away.
Thanks, George. Hi, everybody, and I look forward to the opportunity to welcome you and your clients and guests to downtown Phoenix. We're an $80 million custom-designed, dual-branded high-rise in the heart of downtown Phoenix, walking distance to tons of restaurants, activities, shopping, and entertainment and nightlife, including the 2 stadiums that George mentioned earlier. Being dual-branded, we have Residence Inn studio suites in king or queen style on our 10th through 20th floors, featuring full kitchens, smart TVs, complimentary Wi-Fi, and breakfast. And then on the floors 5 through 10, we have our courtyard king or queen rooms, featuring mini refrigerators, coffee makers, smart TVs, and Wi-Fi. Also on property, we have an indoor saltwater pool, 24-hour fitness center, a partnership with a full-service gym across the street. So everything you and your guests need for a welcome stay in downtown Phoenix. Next slide, please. There are many ways to book with us on our website, or even including our travel agent website, or if you need any questions answered or anything like that, you can contact me directly.
Fantastic. Thank you, Ryan. We certainly do love the downtown Phoenix area and a great property to enjoy here in downtown Phoenix. Let's go on to the next slide, please. Perfect. Now we find we have a poll question to ask our audience here. We want to get an idea of where you're joining us from. I know I mentioned earlier to type in your answer. So let's go with the first question here. Where currently do you live? Where are you joining us from? Take a minute to look at the question and answer it. Please be sure to hit escape on your keyboard to exit the poll and answer the poll question. So we'll give it a couple of minutes for everyone to submit their answers. Perfect. So it looks like we have a majority of Northern California. Fantastic. Southern California coming in next, and of course the LA area. So please be sure to let us know what specific area you're coming from in the chat box. So thanks. And so we'll move on to the next slide, please. Fantastic. Now, Phoenix is famous for its weather, and as we all know here in the Phoenix area, we have fantastic weather. Now, the Greatest Phoenix area is also known for its breathtaking sunsets and outdoor recreation. This includes anything from hiking and biking in the greater area, where we have more than 200 miles of hiking trails. Of course, guided tours is the perfect way to explore the Sonoran Desert, which is some of our panelists will go over on ways to explore the Sonoran Desert safely. Next slide, please. Fantastic. Our destination is also known for art, culture, and history. It really does make Phoenix and Arizona stand out from the rest. Pictured here is a hoop dancer at the Herd Museum, which hosts the annual World Championship hoop dance contest every February. We also have an abundance of signature attractions to help travelers learn about world music, the 22 Native American tribes in the state and those of the Southwest, architecture inspiration from a famed architecture at Frank Lloyd Wright's Taliesin West, to desert plant life here at the Desert Botanical Garden, and even animals of the desert at the Phoenix Zoo. Now, due to COVID-19, some of these attractions have been temporarily closed. And the Phoenix Zoo has been innovative and now offers Cruise the Zoo, which allows guests to view various of the zoo animals, such as flamingos, giraffes, elephants, um, while maintaining social safety distancing and the comfort of their own vehicle. I personally did this a couple of weeks ago, and it was pretty fun to sit in your car, roll down the windows, and enjoy the zoo from a different perspective. So, fantastic. So, let's go on and learn more about our attraction. So, let's go to the next slide, please. Up first, we have Ida Jones with the Musical Instrument Museum and Phoenix's top attraction. So, Ida, take it away, please.
Thank you, George. We are pleased to announce that the Musical Instrument Museum has reopened with measures to support health and safety. The entire team looks forward to welcoming guests back to enjoy a meaningful and safe experience. During the pandemic, we have seen musicians playing instruments at home, concert performances shared via social media, people singing from their balconies, families dancing to songs of hope, and healthcare workers turning to music for stress relief. We are moved by this. It proves that music influences the way we share experiences, and MIM is part of that experience. In 10 years, MIM has become a top museum in the US, top attraction in Phoenix, and unique in the world of music. MIM has a collection of more than 8,000 instruments on display from 200 countries, showcased by using audio guides where guests can see and hear instruments played in their original settings. The galleries reflect the rich diversity and history of many cultures, but music and instruments also show us what we have in common, a thought powerfully expressed in our motto: music is the language of the soul, found in 5 geographic galleries representing the world, in the Artist Gallery with music of iconic performers, and the Experience Gallery where you can make music of your own. Your guests can explore MIM through self-guided experiences, guided tours for groups, VIP behind-the-scenes tours, and fun scavenger hunts. MIM is open daily 9 to 5. There's a museum store for gifts, cafe for refreshments, and a concert theater. We are conveniently located to Phoenix and Scottsdale resorts, several mentioned in this presentation. Visit MIM.org for details, event and concert schedules, exhibition information, and virtual programs. Next slide, please. Please contact me for net rates, booking tours, and general questions. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Ida. As I mentioned earlier, every time I go to the MIM, I find something new and a new tune to listen to. So thank you again for being a part of our panel today. We are going to go on next to Kyle with Detours American West. Kyle, tell us about Detours.
Awesome. Well, thank you, George, and thank you everyone for stopping by today. So Detours is a small group luxury tour company here in the Phoenix area. We've been in business for over 20 years now. Actually, our anniversary was 2 weeks ago. So we've faced the 9/11 and the COVID pandemic. Talk about perseverance. So we, in the Phoenix area, the best part is that you're centrally located to everything that our great state has to offer: north, south, east, west. There's lots and lots of great places to go visit, from Tombstone and the cowboy culture of Old Tucson, to Grand Canyon, of course, Sedona, and one of our favorites also is Antelope Canyon up in the Page area. And as George mentioned, the Grand Canyon is only located in Arizona. That is our bread and butter. We've taken over 13,000 people there in 2019 alone. So we know all the ins and outs of that place, and will provide an exceptional touring experience. And as I mentioned, we're more so a small group luxury tour company. So we don't do any big buses or anything like that unless it's upon request. We like to use 13 passenger mini coaches. They have leather captain's chairs in the interior, wood flooring, oversized windows so you won't miss any of the sights. And our guide will be speaking to you over the intercom system while you're en route to the destinations. And once you're there with the guide, he will take you out and explain everything about the destination. He is with you every second of the way. We like to provide a more intimate experience with the guide so you don't feel like you're missing out on anything in these great locations. Besides our day tours, we also do private tours as well. Those vehicles that we like to use for that are our Lincoln Navigators and our Mercedes GLS, top of the line. Very, very nice. And between our 4 private guides that we have, they have over 100 years of experience, collected experience. And also on top of that too, we offer multi-day tours and luxury custom exciting adventures. The owner, Jeff Slade, who has been a tour guide for 35 plus years, and plus myself, we create dream itineraries. So anything that you can think of, more than likely we can do it. One of my favorite things that we've done here in the past is we've done a spa vacation in the Phoenician area for 2 guests, went up through the Sedona area, enjoyed the spas there at the Enchantment, continued to the Grand Canyon, got to check out the South Rim, and then we took them to Page and did a whole Navajo experience, including Monument Valley, and then also took them out into the middle of the desert, middle of nowhere on this lone butte overlooking Page, and had a private chef dinner. So there's lots and lots of exciting things that we can do here at Detours, and we would absolutely love to work with you guys. Next slide, please. And here is my information. Feel free to reach out to me directly for any questions, rates, or if you would like a little bit more detail on any destination that you can think of. I'm here to help, and thank you so much for your time today.
Great, thank you, Kyle. Beautiful pictures of our state and all that we have to offer here in the state of Arizona. Thank you for being a part of our panel today. Now we are going to move it on over to Andrew. Andrew is going to talk to us about REI Co-op Adventure Center in Arizona and ways to submerge yourself in the Sonoran Desert. So Andrew, take it away.
Thank you, George. Kind of breaking up here for a second, but thanks, George. It's always a pleasure to talk about Phoenix, and especially on behalf of the REI Co-op Adventure Center here in Arizona. We are an outdoor guided tour and rental company located in North Scottsdale. And while you may know REI stores is a place to really buy your boots, we like to think of the Adventure Center as the place to wear them out and have some fun. We've been helping locals and travelers do just that in the Phoenix metro area for the past 20 plus years, and have quickly adapted to ensure that people can experience Phoenix safely and responsibly. Our current operations focus on our fleet of high-end mountain and road bikes. And as an example, many of our guests from out of town are used to riding their precious road bike 50 plus miles to train, and are looking for a way to keep that up on one of their options in our fleet. However, this guest is just as common as the family of 5 who might have one mountain biker in the group and want to share their experience with their family on nearby trails that match their experience level and really give them the option to slow down and enjoy the desert. So with a day's notice, our shop can have a mountain, road, hybrid, or e-bike tuned and ready to be picked up at our shop, delivered to a local trailhead, or picked up or delivered to their hotel to make logistics pretty simple. In addition to the largest rental bike fleet in the valley, the Adventure Center team is ready to fully support your ride with recommendations, downloadable GPS maps, and everything from helmets to bike locks. The bulk of our business is done through guided tours in all of these categories listed here on the slide, and we're actually preparing to reopen our tours very soon as private tours only, limited to 8 guests, so we can really offer the experience that shows you a different side of the desert. Many folks might not know how extensive the mountain bike trail systems can be here locally, or the fact that wild horses are not an uncommon sight when paddling down the Salt River in our backyard, or what a day you can make out of a full day casually pedaling down the green belt in Scottsdale, surrounded by golf courses and various dining options. So really, however people prefer to see our city, whether that's led by our professional local guides or self-guided on a rental, the Adventure Center is the place to begin to see the desert differently. And we're certainly excited to get into the cool season here and start sharing those experiences again and finding creative ways to accommodate your clients. Could we have the next slide, please? So my contact info is here on this slide. Booking info is all available on our website. And if you want to get in touch, feel free to reach out to me directly or our day tour and renter operations staff directly at the number listed there. Thank you, everyone.
Fantastic. Thank you, Andrew. A great way to really explore the Sonoran Desert. Thank you for being part of our panel today. Let's go on to a poll question quickly. We have a poll question here coming up, and we want to know, when was the last time that you traveled to the Phoenix area, or if you have, and so how long? Take a minute to answer our poll. Again, a kind reminder to hit escape on your keyboard to come back to the presentation. So we'll give you a couple of minutes to answer our question. We'd love to learn when was the last time you were able to experience our destination. Perfect. So it looks like a majority of you has been more than a year ago. Let me be the first to tell you that in the last year, we have had a tremendous amount of change in our destination. And so I think it is a good opportunity for you to revisit and familiarize yourself with the destination once again. So thank you for that. Let's go on to the next slide, please. Fantastic. So, of course, Phoenix is known and famous for our weather during that fall, winter, and spring season. We're also home to many sport events, including spring training, which brings 15 Major League Baseball teams in the spring to play at one of the 10 professional spring training facilities. So if a team is not going to Florida, then they are coming here to the greater Phoenix area. Now, what makes our spring training here in Phoenix a little bit unique is that we have these professional spring training facilities are sprinkled throughout the greater Phoenix area, and the two furthest apart are only about 45 minutes. So, you know, if you were to have clients that are baseball enthusiasts and want to enjoy a day game, take a break, go back to their hotel, and then do a night game, that is very possible too. As Aaron mentioned, we are also home as the Phoenix Open Golf Tournament, which is one of the tournaments in the PGA Tour, bringing a large crowd, making it the greenest show on the grass. The biggest record we had was 719,000 attendees, and I believe that was in 2018. So in the world of COVID, we are hoping to welcome back the Phoenix Open whenever it is time for that time. Usually happens during that same weekend as Super Bowl. Additionally, for those that did not know, Phoenix is one of the only few U.S. cities with 6 professional sporting leagues. So we are part of many of those sporting leagues. Next slide, please. We are the cosmopolitan heart of the Southwest. As you learned today, our destination is perfect for all types of travelers, whether your customers are looking for a luxury experience or perhaps maybe more of wellness travel or really family friendly. We do have a lot of those resorts that offer not only the magnificent views of the destination, but also water parks for the kiddos to enjoy. Perfect destination for weekend getaways, very popular with our friends in California to escape the California traffic on the weekends, So, and as Kyle mentioned, Arizona's adventure begins here. Phoenix is really home, the capital of the state, and so anyone wishing to visit and explore the rest of the desert, your adventure really does begin here. Let's go on to our last poll question, if we can, please. Perfect. We want to get you an idea of when your customers and are ready to travel and what the overall travel sentiment is. I know the last couple of months have been a little different for our industry, so we'd like to know when your customers are comfortable traveling again. So please take a minute to answer the question on your screen, and a gentle reminder to hit escape on your keyboard when you are ready to go back to the presentation. Perfect. Let's see what the results are. So it looks like there's a tie. I don't think I've ever seen this on this one, but 4 to 6 months and 7 to 12 months is the popular time frame when people will be looking to travel again. Perfect timing. As many of you know, we are going into our season where the weather gets a little cooler as the rest of the country gets a little bit of a cold front. Phoenix here gets that beautiful weather that we are known for. Fantastic. So let's go on to the next slide, please. I want to invite all of you here on this call to visit, to be part of our tourism newsletter and stay informed. This goes out every bi-monthly, so it is a newsletter targeted to all of our tourism professionals. It features a lot of destination updates. It features information on upcoming festivals or upcoming things to do in the area. And our partners often submit information to share with our travel friends. So if you're not receiving this newsletter, please let us know and we'll be happy to include you. Again, it is a bi-monthly newsletter with all things Phoenix. Next slide, please. Fantastic. We also invite you to visit our website for more destination and travel related information. This includes any updates on the businesses that have been affected by COVID and what their safety measures and protocols are. So each of our partners does have a profile page on our website. And some have provided the information as to what those new policy and procedures is to when they visit the business. So be on the lookout. If you have any questions, you can always let me know, but just know that our website does have some of the members that have provided their information as to what travel and the experience looks like today. So let's go on to the next slide, please. Perfect. So let's come back on screen, guys, and welcome our guest. There we are. Perfect. Thanks, everyone. So we, Nanda, do we have any questions in the chat box?
Yes, we do. I have a question here for the Crowne Plaza Phoenix Chandler Golf Resort. So our guest wants to know, is there a resort fee at your property?
Yes, actually there is. It's $15 per night, and that does include a welcome drink in our lounge upon arrival, as well as access to the amenities on property.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you, Jill.
All right. Next question is asking if the guides, are multilingual, and we'll give that one to Kyle and Andrew. Kyle, you want to answer that first?
Yeah, so we do have a Spanish-speaking guide, and actually in our Las Vegas office, we have Japanese, German, French, Italian. All those guides are available for us as well here in Arizona.
Great, thank you. Andrew?
Yeah, well, we also do have Spanish-speaking guides for our day tours as well, and Spanish-speaking staff inside of the Adventure Center. So if it's a question for a rental or a tour, would require a special consideration, maybe reaching out to the day tour staff there before, but have certainly done it before.
Okay, perfect, thank you. And I'll give this question to George. We have a question if Sedona counts as Greater Phoenix.
Sedona does not count as the Greater Phoenix. So typically the Greater Phoenix area is compiled of the Phoenix, Scottsdale, Mesa, Glendale area. Sedona is only about an hour and a half to the north of us too. They are great partners of ours in some of our friends of the chamber and some of the hotels we do work with directly up there, but it is not considered part of the greater Phoenix area.
Okay, perfect. I don't see any other questions. Maybe we'll give it just a few more moments to see if anyone has any last minute questions for the group.
Great. Do we have any people that shared where they're visiting us from or where they're tuning in from?
Yes, so we have Orange County, the LA area, San Jose, Los Altos. It's got a good representation.
Wow, that's great. I was just in Orange County this over the holiday weekend, and it was a little warmer than I expected, but it was still beautiful time to visit. So great, thank you. So let's go on to the next slide. We have an opportunity for our participants today to win prizes. So we have 3 prizes available. The first raffle prize is actually a t-shirt of Together We Rise Phoenix. Together We Rise, and then we have also paired with a Sonoran inspired scented candle and a $25 Amazon gift card. So this is a prize that we will be giving to the first person that answers the question correctly. So we'll give you a minute to think over the answer, and Nanda will keep a lookout on who is the first person to type out the correct answer. So the question for this prize is, what are the 5 C's of Arizona? Once again, what are the 5 C's of Arizona? And Nanda will let us know when we have someone who answers the question.
Okay, we have a few responses coming in. You guys are very fast.
Let's look at the first one that came through.
Okay.
We'll give you a minute.
Okay, it looks like Mia Park is the one who answered the quickest and had the correct answers as well.
Okay, and can we share her answer with everyone?
So it is cotton, cattle, citrus, climate, and copper.
Fantastic, that is correct. Copper is one of the things that was mined here in the state. And actually there's a town not far from Phoenix called Jerome, Arizona, which is essentially was a mining town. So it is a town that is very historic. It does overlook the Verde Canyon, and it is magnificent. A lot of these ruins are still, well, the mining years are no longer active, but it used to be where they would mine the copper and they would send it off to the rest of the world. So fantastic, thank you.
George, actually, if you don't mind if I chime in there just to give a little extra information on Jerome. So over $1 billion worth of copper was mined in Jerome way back when. And over time, it earned this reputation of the wickedest town in the West, probably because that the majority of the population at the time were miners, male, over 70%. A lot of bootleg alcohol, a lot of gambling, and it kind of turned into one of those Old West crazy towns, and it's supposedly still haunted in certain places. So you can go on ghost tours up there too during the night, which is very, very neat.
Well, you won't find me in one of those. I think the furthest I'll go is having lunch at the Haunted Burger, which is a restaurant over in Jerome that overlooks the city. So it's thanks for that. I learn something new every day. So awesome. Let's go on to the next slide, please. Now, our next raffle prize comes from Rochelle with Mountain Shadows. Now, Rochelle is giving us 2-night stay at Mountain Shadows with breakfast for 2 guests, of course, based upon ability. And this is also paired with 2 complimentary passes to the Musical Instrument Museum provided by IDA. So keep your fingers ready because Rochelle will take it over and will ask the question, and the first person to answer it correctly will win this fabulous prize. So Rochelle, I will let you take it over.
Thanks, George. Okay, the question is, what year did Mountain Shadows open?
Can I answer that? I know.
All right, we're just reviewing the answers, and it looks like Jason Allen answered first with 2017.
Perfect.
That's right. Congratulations, Jason.
Fantastic. And Jason, what agency are you from? Maybe he didn't hear me. Okay, that's okay.
Well, we got it. Stage and screen, part of Flight Center.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations. Let's move on to the next prize, and this is another stay. It's a 2-night stay at the Fairmont Scottsdale Princess, provided by our friend Aaron Stewart, as well as 2 complimentary passes to the Musical Instrument Museum. So, Aaron, take it over.
All right, thanks, George. What is the name of the fall festival we're kicking off next Thursday, September 17th?
I know that one too. Can I? This is a great prize, so thanks again. And Nanda, let us know when we have the first correct
Okay,
answer.
we've got a winner, Kim Rudd.
Perfect. Kim, what was the answer?
The answer is Pumpkin Nights. I must say, everyone was very quick.
Congratulations.
Great, thank you. And what agency is Kim from? If she can share that with us, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, Corniche Travel.
Excellent. So, wonderful. So please, if you're a winner, please do contact Nanda and myself directly by sending us an email. Next slide, please. Again, I want to thank everyone for joining us this afternoon and spending a little time with us to learn about our destination. We certainly do appreciate you taking the time to share a little bit about our home and what we have to offer here. So thanks again for being a part of it. And I want to send a special thank you to everyone that joined me today. So Ida, Jill, Rochelle, Andrew, Kyle, Ryan, and Jill. Thank you. And Aaron, thank you for joining us today. And we hope to see and welcome everyone to Arizona soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.